Hello everyone, welcome to Unit 3. Last week we learned that a contract is an agreement. It is an agreement creating obligations enforceable by law. This week we will explore the elements of a contract in more detail. You may recall that the four main elements of a contract must be present to constitute a valid contract. These are offer, acceptance, consideration, and legal capacity. Let us discuss each in detail. So what constitutes an offer? The first element in a valid contract would be offer. An offer or a promise or an agreement needs to be in contract because if there is no offer, then there will be no contract. An offer must be distinguished from mere willingness to deal or negotiate. For example, Jimmy offers to make and sell to Yvonne calendars featuring Italian paintings. Before any agreement is reached on size, quality, style, or price, Yvonne decides not to continue. At this stage, there is no legally binding contract between Johnny and Yvonne because there is no definite offer for Yvonne to accept unless the essential terms of the bargain have been decided. You should also know that an offer does not have to be made to a specific person. It may be made to a person, a class of people, or to the whole world. An offer is a definite promise to be bound, provided the terms of the offer are accepted. This means that there must be acceptance of precisely what has been offered. For example, a used car dealer offers to sell Brenda a Nissan Pathfinder for $1,000 without a roadworthy certificate. If Brenda decides to buy the Nissan Pathfinder, but insists on a roadworthy certificate being provided, then Brenda is not accepting the used car dealer's offer. Rather, Brenda is making a counteroffer. It is then up to the used car dealer to accept or reject the counteroffer. Also, a person can withdraw the offer that has been proposed before that offer is accepted. For withdrawal to be effective, the person who has proposed the order must communicate to the other party that the offer has been withdrawn. To continue the previous example, the used car dealer may say to Brenda that he will check with his supervisor and maybe a roadworthy certificate can be provided. If, while waiting for a reply, Brenda decides she does not want to buy the Nissan Pathfinder, and she tells the used car dealer of her change of mind, then there is no binding contract. Following an offer should be acceptance. Acceptance occurs when the party answering the offer agrees to offer by way of a statement or an act. Acceptance must be unequivocal and communicated to the offerer. The law will not deem a person to have accepted an offer merely because they have not expressly rejected it. There will be no contract if the parties are still negotiating or discussing and have not accepted the offer. The person or party can accept the offer before the offer being made in writing or orally. For example, a guest of a Dubois hotel requesting information about the cost and availability of accommodation for the Labor Day weekend. The staff answers the inquiry and states the accommodation available for the weekend would cost $1,600, and if the guest responds with a deposit of $300 within a week, then the room will be available to him. If the guest accepts the offer, then the contract has been made between the guest and the hotel. Consideration is the price paid for the promise of the other party. The price must be something of value, although it need not be money. Consideration may be some right, interest, or benefit going to one party, or some forbearance, detriment, loss, or responsibility given, suffered, or undertaken by the other party. As long as consideration exists, the court will not question its adequacy, provided that it is of some value. For example, the promise to pay a peppercorn in return for a lease of a house would be good consideration. Let us look at an example of consideration. Let's say I ordered a Veggie Delight from Subway at a cost of $6. By ordering the Veggie Delight, I am agreeing to pay $6 as consideration. Consideration must not be illegal or impossible to perform. Legal capacity in a contract ensures that the parties to the contract have the legal capacity to do so. 18 years old is considered the age of majority. Minors, those persons below the age of 18, have no capacity to enter into contracts. Also, insane persons or people with unsound minds and/or mental impairment also cannot enter into any valid contracts. For example, a 15-year-old could not stay in a hotel since that person has not reached the age of majority and therefore has no ability to enter into a contract. This is the end of this presentation. We will delve into the elements of a contract in more detail during this week. Thank you for listening.